There you go, brother.
Thank you. Yep.
Oh yeah, coming into the criminal cartel. Huh? The pirate ship that is called Brunswick Town Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh look, there's the tax office where you give all your money up. See if there's any cartel employees working in this place. Hello.
Hi. You got anything to do with the petition?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm an auditor in Brunswick. I audit the cops.
You want the cops?
Oh yeah. They're bad boys too. These fucking people. You sons of bitches. How you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good.
How can I help you?
Well, I just got an email from Fran Smith saying that it's $100 to order any public records and a long list of stuff, and they want it all electronically. When we, the people, are supreme. We run this town, not the town manager, not the clerk. Nobody does, but we, the people. We have a right to public records that are not mutilated. The radio transmissions of the police are encrypted, which is a mutilation so that we can't save our people when the cops are acting unlawfully.
Okay.
Right? This is wrong. The entire place is a criminal cartel destroying the rights of the people. We, the people, are supreme. Right here. Constitution. This is our contract with the government. You're all part of a criminal cartel that are destroying the rights of the people.
Okay.
Right? Right?
I hear what you're saying.
We, the people, have supreme, and we control the right to control the entity that we've created. Mm-hmm. And right, we're supposed to be able to redress our grievances to the government, the town council, but they won't hear me. They won't have a meeting with me. All I can do is call on the phone and rant like an idiot. I never get my 3 minutes of time with the town council. They wouldn't let me go before the police review committee in 2020. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've gotten no time to do any of this. And then the clerk is going to tell me I got to do everything electronically. We, the people, are supreme. So I can go in there and write out any FOIA request I want and receive it in a timely fashion, unmutilated, undestroyed. You hear my passion?
I hear your passion.
Oh, absolutely, you know. I was pretty mad when I got that email, right? No, I can go in the police station, write a FOIA request. That's where the records are held, right? And I just wanted the officer's name because the third officer, Zach Perry, when his girlfriend got assaulted on December 18th, a 17-year-old girl was upended and head slammed into the pavement. And I understand the officer has been suspended. But who's the other two guys? I met one of them yesterday, and Zach identified that was one of the guys that didn't do anything. They put his unconscious girlfriend in handcuffs, right? And let the officer write criminal summonses on an unconscious girl who supposedly bumped his knee. You know, it's ridiculous. They should have put the cuffs on that officer. That's failure to intervene. That's a felony crime. And everybody's just going to turn their heads, walk away, and ask the other officer who hurt her to resign, right? And then he can go to some other town and do it all over again, right? Because they're not going to expose the public records. It's an employee issue. That's what they did with Garrett Decker, and he now works for Thompson Police. He hurt Nathan Dalton in custody, right? He slammed his leg in the door, did all kinds of stuff, and Carrie Willongvic was standing right there, his partner. She got resigned because she didn't intervene, right? And you guys all buried that. It's not public record, but I've interviewed Garrett Decker himself. I've interviewed his victim multiple times. He's been out on the streets in Brunswick holding a sign. And then Christopher Willongvic harassed him last year, and he held up a sign that Christopher Willongvic was a criminal for harassing him. And that got relief from him. He stopped harassing him. You know, these are public decorations. We the people have the right to good, honest, and true public records, and I've gotten none of it in 6 years of applying for them. And now I'm magically asking for volumes of records. I asked for the DVD videos of all 3 officers' body camera. That's part of what will make me go away, and I won't do this stuff anymore. I'll go away from the city. I won't have to. I can sleep at night if these people, I appreciate you so much. What's your name, dear?
Deb. Deb, yeah.
Deb.
Here.
All right. Yeah. I feel like my voice isn't being heard, and when I don't want to confront Fran because, you know, they had issues in the past. I would rather bring it to the attention publicly like I'm doing now, because we people, thank you so much for listening and not calling the cops. I'm just going to say my piece and I'll leave in peace. But that's pretty upsetting. All I want is the 3 officers report, and that was what the FOIA request was today at the police station. I was nearby. I had filled it out last night while I was at work, so that it was very clear and concise. And, you know, I just wanted the names, basically, so that I might, you know, pursue more records later at some time.
Okay.
But clearly, 2 officers failed to intervene, while the other officer, you know, and I know it was a sudden movement for Officer Day to upend the girl and smack her head into the ground and knock her out. I understand that was a sudden movement, but they all fell upon her unconscious body and put her in handcuffs. The right thing to do would have put Nathan Day in handcuffs and, you know, comfort the poor girl when she came to, right? That would have been the right thing to do. That would have been intervening, right? And I want to hold those guys accountable. So I want to know that guy's name. So when I go see Thompson, when they drew guns on my family member over there in Thompson, he was drinking at a party, and he got in an argument, and somebody said he's leaving with a knife. So, and he was in shorts and a t-shirt. I went over in my car and picked him up after the police surrounded him and pointed guns at him. And he's like, I'm in the I don't have a knife. That was what somebody else said.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I went to Mark, the chief of police in Thompson, and he provided me with the officers' names and everything. I told Mark, I was like, I'm not even going to file a complaint. Why would I do that? You've been honest with me and forthright, and you gave me good records immediately for free. Friends, like, it's $100. You got to pay up front, or you won't get nothing. It's 3 reports, and I'm sure they're 1 page. 40 cents a page would be reasonable, right? The body camera footage, $25 a stick would be $75, right?
sounds good, yeah.
Now, I know TV6, News Center 6, has asked for that FOIA request of those body camera footages because they want to put it on the news. Right? I'm asking Channel 6 is going to interview us. Me and Zach Perry. He was right there. He's a witness to it all.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I'm giving a passionate plea that this town needs to change. If they would change, you know, they could blur the face of the underage girl, and even the officers, but show the footage. And I won't have to do this stuff anymore. I won't have to chase the cops around. I won't have to put the camera to them. I can rest easy at night knowing that my people, if something happens, can have the body camera footage. That I've been advocating to have them have body cameras since 2020. Okay? It's wicked simple stuff. Right? Let an old man who's 60 years old and handicapped stay home and feel confident that his police force aren't going to beat up his friends and put handcuffs on so tight that their hands turn blue. He did that to my coworker, Alex Dutton, and I asked for a FOIA request for that too. But, you know, nobody wants to provide me with anything. No, Mr. Cantrell, you're a crazy liar. You know, the chief called me a crazy liar in writing in 2023.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not crazy, I'm telling the truth, and you don't like what I've got to say, so you call me a liar to the Attorney General and all these other people, all the higher authorities that I've gone to. I've sent 120 packages to the mayor, to the governor, Shana Bellows, the Secretary of State. You know, I'm active with all of these. What are you going to call it? The Attorney General's office and Aaron Frey. I've filed 4 complaints with them. They won't respond to me. And obviously what's happening is they call up Chief Scott Stewart and he's like, no, that guy's a crazy liar. You don't give him anything. And that's what's happening. That's literally what's happening. No, I'm not crazy. I'm not a liar. And, you know, all I want is good public records that are unedited, unmutilated, and they need to turn the encryption off on the radio. The SAG sheriff does a wonderful job. I've been listening to him for 2 years since they encrypted. And they do a wonderful job. I don't even need to film that. Because they do a great job. And they don't cost people off the street and steal their vehicles and do horrible, terrible things. This town protects the cops and doesn't want to give those records because they end up being liable. And the lawyer filters through all this stuff and gives you mutilated records on purpose so that you can't do anything to the town. You get the town to correct itself. You see how it's all circular? It goes round and round and round. You get no records, Mr. Cantrell, you're a crazy liar. But then again, if I wasn't a crazy liar, I'd get good records, wouldn't I? I'd get records with a timestamp that clearly shows what happened and not have edits, right? Without a timestamp, you can edit all you want. And that's what's happened. You know, they gave me, I got pictures right here. I got hundreds of pictures, right? Right? You got pictures of the emails. They got pictures of Zachary Huber yelling at me, telling me to get away from the traffic stop. I got Jared Barrell backing me 25 feet away and staring into the spotlight, so because they can't run the tags on that vehicle. You know? Here he is trying to rip the tag off the car. That's why, and this is Corey Isles threatening me with arrest, which is section 42, 12203, a felony act, right? He's threatening me with arrest. Get back there 25 feet by pole. I'm a handicapped man on a sidewalk. He has no authority over me. I haven't committed a crime, and he threatened me with arrest. You know? Nobody wants to acknowledge that. You know? Jared Barrow, this is January 1st, 2023, right over on Spring Street, where the road goes uphill, and they did a sobriety test on a sober driver and arrested him. And Jared Barrell told everybody in the car that he hates my guts for for exercising my rights. He told them right to their face. I hate that guy. You know, that's just the passage in the car. And yeah, there was New Year's Eve and they went out and celebrated. Yep. Johnny Law, this is all about Garrett Decker. This is came on the page and I verified everything that was said here. And now he works for Thompson. Right? Does this look like somebody who's a crazy liar? Right? Here's Jared Barrel at Walmart where they searched this guy's car. They got all the occupants out. They took all his stuff out of the car. They searched him. We were there 45 minutes. And they didn't find nothing. Had to let them all go. They did a search refusal. And that's the only reason they held him for hours and hours. Ridiculous. Like I said, here's the Brian Keenan arrest on the Hill. You know. And here's the passengers telling me, yeah, that guy over there, Jared Barrel, he just said he hated your guts. You know, I do after interviews when everybody and the passengers thrown out on the side of the road. This guy, he was arrested, crashed into the curb in front of the police station. Right? This video is up on YouTube.
Actually, this quick phone call. They called back a couple times. Town of Brunswick, this is Deb. Yes. Yes, thank you. Yeah, bye-bye.
And this is a picture of Joshua Bernier jumping the curb and almost ramming my truck because I was filming the traffic stop. And here he is, another scene where I had my phone on my hip in a case, and he probably thought it was a firearm, and he come right up to me and was intimidating. Here they are. They're coming right at my truck like he was going to ram me. And then he shouted and I had to get back 60 feet, and he wasn't satisfied with that. I had to move back 120 feet. Ridiculous. I don't got to move back at all. You know, they destroyed my rights and destroyed my life and retaliated against my entire family, hurt my whole family, took their wheels away and lied about it on the ticket. You know, this one happened at the laundromat down the road from the house, and they said that this bowl and spoon on their seat from eating breakfast cereal in the car was paraphernalia, and searched her car and her person. And she had bail conditions that were not to drive a vehicle without a valid license. And she had a valid license, but they touched her body and slid their hands down her pants, and well, not down her pants, but over the outside of her pants. Ridiculous. She didn't have anything. I did a 20-minute after interview, and we talked about sovereign citizens' rights and the ability to drive an automobile without, you know, it's a picture of, these are all my FOIA requests unanswered, you know. And here's you guys' city attorney, Kristen Collins, right? Who's been defiant. I told her to turn herself into law enforcement for all her crimes. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Hi, Jimmy, it's Deb.
All right, I probably should just leave her alone. It's my OUI where I blew all zeros.
Which one? Which one are you talking about? The document from the...
There I am crying on the bench getting...
Oh yeah, that was from
handcuffed.
last year. Those are the replies that
Right.
what we did last year. I see what you said, the dot voting, okay. Yeah. Right, yeah, they just made it on Saturday with the council meeting, and so that'll be turned out. We can turn it out to you once Nathan gets it back, because he's doing notes.
Fine.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome.
Find
Bye-bye.
belief in authority. And,
That?
we'll look at my, this is my arrest from 2020. And there's my breathalyzer test, all zeros. And there I am, I'm crying on the bench because I'm in so much pain, while 3 officers wandered around with far too busy to unhandcuff an innocent person, left me on the bench crying for 17 minutes, and they're rocking back on their heels and smiling and all happy about it. But they did nothing wrong according to them. We investigate ourselves, find nothing wrong, and move on. I'm not going to move on. You tortured me in custody, right? Thanks so much for listening. If I get it off my chest, it might help me some. And this is a redundant copy of that. Yeah. And this is my TV camera footage. Now you can't see it well. It's up on YouTube. And you can see that my tag light's working. That's what they stopped me for. I spent 3 hours down at the police station. Did sobriety tests for 35 minutes on the side of the road. Then they impounded my truck. You know, and this guy is Chris Lamont. He's an auditor that goes all around the country and petitions different municipalities. And he was over here at Hannaford, and the place complained because he was asking for petitions in their parking lot. And the open market under the Constitution is where you can do that. Law enforcement from Brunswick showed up, and they wanted his ID. And he said, "We the people," on the scanner. And I was like, I got to go meet this guy. Right? I charged over there, and they waited for him to get into his vehicle and drive it around the corner, and then they swarmed upon him, pulled him over for no reason except that I get his ID. And he, like me, had his Constitution with him and tried to fend him off, and was able to. And what they did to him was right here. It says it was malicious, and that's who they are and how they operate, and that's exactly it. I'm advocating for soft cuffs instead of the metal handcuffs, which are torture instantly. You know, they cuff you in the front with the fabric ones, and they lock and everything. And for most compliant people, that's all you need. You go behind your back, it's torture. Like me, I have multiple shoulder surgeries, and that's the way it is. It's torture instantly. You know, I've been doing this so long. Here's the John Eldridge and the chief at the police review committee, right? Which I was never able to go before. I wanted to have a little discussion about how come these records are fake. If the records were, if I was wrong, the records would be authentic. It's that simple, right? They give me inauthentic, inaccurate, mutilated records to cover their ass so they don't get sued, right? But we, the people, are supreme, and we own the records. These are our records. And for you guys to say that it's got to be looked at and you can't have it before court because it would change the outcome, of course it would change the outcome. If you gave us good, honest public records, it would be a wonderful thing, not a bad thing. All right, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for letting me talk a bit. I had to get it off my chest.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
So as I said, Fran gave me a whole 3-page, do it electronically, don't you dare come in the office thing again. This is We the People's building. I can come in here and do this all I want. I can apply for records as many times as I want. And they're doing this in defiance. Like I said, I don't think I should go in there to the records clerk. I know that they're going to shut the door over here. Human Resources, Town Manager, Assessing, Codes and Planning. We're going to make a round through here. As you can see, they are jamming it up. Okay. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Angela Bradstreet. Nice. The assessing office, huh? Ah, very official. That's a great looking office. You guys all work for the criminal cartel that is the Brunswick Town of Inc. Right? It's incorporated.
Can I help you with anything today?
Probably not. I'm just checking in and letting you guys know that We the people are supreme, and we are in charge, not the town, not the police, not the courts. We the people. And we the people are going to show up and straighten this stuff out. Right? We run the town, not the town council, not the police. Us. We the people. Right? Thank you. You all have a good day. Enjoy working for the criminal cartel. Tell me no frickin' records. You sons of... Oh, we're open. See if they throw me out of here again. Oh, look at that, huh? Planning, development. Codes enforcement. This is where they get the idea that they can take all your money, take your property. Yeah, you must work for the town, huh?
Yes.
The town criminal cartel that destroys everybody's rights. What's that? Right. I'm the First Amendment auditor in town, and Fran Smith just told me I couldn't FOIA request records in person again. I'm offended by that. We the people are supreme. We can certainly come in and write a FOIA request or a foaa request and not be denied and not be given mutilated records.
Okay. Sir, is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, you could tell the police department to turn off their encryption on their radio. That's mutilation of records. It's a federal crime.
Okay.
And yeah, they got permission from the FCC, and they can do that. Right. It's bull stuff. They're hiding when they hurt people on the streets of Brunswick, Maine, through their encryption and mutilation of the radio. So that I can't go over there and save my people when they're beating them in custody and stuff. You understand that? You guys are all part of this. You all work for the town. Oh, they're the greatest town in the world. No, they're not. They're a criminal cartel destroying everybody's rights.
We'll pass it on, Mr. Cantrell.
Thank you so much. Please have a good day. Yep. Probably shouldn't work for a criminal cartel like the Brunswick town, because we're all going to come here. We, the people, are going to come and take care of this stuff. Tell me I can't request records. It'll be $100 for a 40-cent piece of paper. Boy, oh boy. Anyway. Told her in no uncertain words in an email that we are supreme and we can do whatever we want to request records, and we should be getting them unmutilated in a timely fashion. Man, oh man, I can't believe this place. You know, welcome to the criminal cartel as Brunswick town of.
Okay.
Yeah. We get a shot of the criminal cartel sign incorporated in 1739. Right there. That's the flag on the pirate ship. Right? Terrible. Right? Gee, they didn't call any of those boys in blue to come here and harass me? Huh. Isn't that what a criminal cartel would do? Yeah. All I wanted was the name of the officer that I didn't know the name of from December 18th. And that's what I got. Well, that'll be hundreds of dollars, Mr. Cantrell. We're not going to give you shit. Oh, you ain't doing that to me again, because we the people are supreme. Not the damn town, not the damn cops. Freaking liars. If I was wrong, there would be a big timestamp and they'd cram it in my face. This is what you were talking about, Mr. Cantrell. Oh, yeah. Then why is the records fake? The records are fake because I'm right and they're lying to me. Man, so simple. So freaking simple.